You guys, you and CNN have White House connections, but there was no effort, none, to get to the bottom of this. And now for you guys to write this book like there was a cover-up, it's like there was a cover-up and there was an attempted cover-up. It could only ever work if you allowed it, if the press allowed it. Some of us tried not to, and some of us were complicit.
First of all, the Biden White House did not like me. Okay, I do not have great connections with the Biden White House.
Well, clearly you have a lot of sources. You say you talked to over 200 sources for this book.
So
you have some you could have called and worked.
No, that's the point. If we're going to do this, let's just stick to the facts here, okay? When there is a damaging report...
That's what I've been doing all along.
I'm talking about what you just said.
Didn't miss the biggest story of the century when it comes to presidential politics, and one of us did.
Tonight's red-hot video, Megyn Kelly calling out Jake Tapper for his role in covering up Joe Biden's decline. Tapper on a media tour for his new book, Original Sin, about the cover-up of Biden's health that he was complicit in. And today, even former Biden White House staffers are befuddled by Biden's cancer announcement, some wondering if the announcement is coincidental, saying that they are suspicious of the idea that the diagnosis only came last Friday. I mean, Chris, I just think this has to be one of the biggest scandals in political history, for crying out loud. Now you've got the Biden White House, these staffers saying they're upset about it. I mean, if I were a Democrat, I would be appalled. I would be so angry. I would be protesting outside of Joe Biden's house.
Joseph Goebbels would blush at such a lie. This lie is so big. And what it's about, and Jake Tapper's being exposed, and he didn't even write the book. His buddy Alex there wrote the book. Somebody broke that story in Washington, D.C., and that's big news. But the book was
canceled first and then revived once Jake Tapper came onto it.
Put his name on it. But he didn't do the reporting and he didn't do the writing, and those aren't 200 sources. But they're we're sitting here. He said, "Oh, the Biden White House didn't like me." And
the Biden White House doesn't like you either, Chris.
No,
you said this on air 1,000 times.
That's exactly right, but I knew that all along.
Nobody likes Jake Tapper. Let's be real. Let's just be real.
That's true, and that's what Tony said. Was, the Biden White House didn't like me. Nobody likes it. But this is the macro story about the macro scandal about the American news media being completely in the tank, in bed, in the hot tub with the Democrat Party, and they lie to us every day, year after year.
Yeah, well, Tapper is using the word humility to explain his feelings for his journalistic malpractice.
You didn't ask him about it. You didn't follow up on the fact that he was falling up the stairs, that he was losing his train of thought regularly, that he was slurring, that he was incomprehensible, that he was getting lost on the White House lawn. You sat right across from him and you asked none of that, notwithstanding the fact that he had promised you he would be fully transparent about his health issues.
That's true, but I did ask him about his age.
There is a way of pressing a man like that on the actual infirmities to bring it home to him and to the audience, and you didn't do it.
That's correct, I didn't. And like I said, I feel humility about my coverage. I mean, it's not like I was asking him his favorite movie or his favorite color. We were talking about Putin. We were talking about other issues of national importance. But yeah, I mean, of course, I've said I look back at my coverage with humility. And I wish I did cover the issues of age and acuity, but I wish I had covered them much more.
Please, okay? First of all, humility is a virtue. I mean, the way they did the reporting, it was prideful. They were so prideful that they refused to, dig deep into what the reality was with Joe Biden, that the rest of us, Tony, knew that Biden was quickly declining.
Yeah, I mean, he's living up to his college nickname of Jake Two Bags. I don't know how he got that nickname. I don't want to know, but it is cute. But the second thing, have you seen the book yet? If you go to the very back and there's a scratch sniff for it smells like Parmesan or cocaine. I don't know which one it is, but it's the Hunter Biden chapter. But that's the issue. He actually, in several interviews, has talked about knowing now that Hunter Biden was the guy running the White House.
Right.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.